Preramble. Live in each season as it passes, breathe the air, drink the drink, taste the fruit, and resign yourself to the influence of the earth. Henry David Thoreau. So if you hate my writing, this book has the added bonus of all my favorite quotes about love, all gathered together, and not just about love generally, but about love that includes room for loneliness and for space and for adventure and independence and change, love that isn't rigid but is flexible. So this preamble sort of talks about why I was writing this or what I was trying to do. A lot of people ask what it's about, or, who the heck am I to write anything about love, since I'm obviously a total idiot. As we look to the sort of future love that we would like to hold, one that includes ample room for our loneliness and our love's independence, and yet is full of our friendship, we look over our past relationships and remember their lessons in love, and a long line of dear hearts who have loved us, however briefly, files slowly past and waves goodbye to us one by one. So that's sort of the notion that we can learn about what we want in the future, but by not repeating past mistakes, but also by looking at our past relationships with appreciation and tenderness, even the really hard ones, even the really maybe a bad one. I've taken my pen to white paper and scrawled black ink into the words of our red laughter. I take the winds of nature's out-breath and invite them to carry my voice. And so I have written this story and set it all out without saying anything extra, and so I leave our precious past in the stream beneath the trees. Sort of an act of letting go. And we can all do this in our life. I have written this story out so that it will forget me. I do not write these words to sound sickly sweet, emotional, romantic, weak. I write truth, and whatever comes out, and I am this. A cabin that is not a cabin begins this story that is not a story, although I do not yet know where I will find the cabin that will finish this story. And so I offer up this thin book for the fire, visible tracings of an invisible experience. This story is not true, but it is not fiction. This story is my heart's life, and I must remind you that none of this is serious. It is only daydreams, occasionally hot to the touch. If you are not that girl, these are only sweet words with a saccharine aftertaste, a bird's too loud, cheery morning song. But one woman may strike a match to light up these dreams, and these words may become real. Here are these scraps of paper. They tell of my past relationships and chapters and bring you to now, so that you will know all of me, and so that I may let go of all of me and leap into the unknown future with you, hand in hand. I would like to bring our book and read it to you. It will not all be romance. It will be better. It will be ours. It is mine and it was hers both, but since it is ended, it no longer belongs to either of us. This story is not a story, it is a song. For this, our story has chronology but little reason to it. It is not linear. The story is a hymn. The story of loss, this story of love, of loss, is a song, and the song is repetitive. It is a mantra that bears repeating, and as I repeat these seed syllables, intoning deeply and yet more deeply, our song echoes against the walls of the heart, and finally we can go deeper an inch at a time. For as Fitzgerald said, mostly we authors must repeat ourselves. That's the truth. We have 2 or 3 great and moving experiences in our lives, experiences so great and moving that it doesn't seem at the time anyone else has been so caught up and so pounded and dazzled and astonished and beaten and broken and rescued and illuminated and rewarded and humbled in just such that way ever before. Then we learn our trade, well or less well, and we tell our 2 or 3 stories, each time in a new disguise, maybe 10 times, maybe 100, as long as people will listen. So, like Fitzgerald, I sing out my things. His story was of his heart and the opening of it, and it was that simple. Sad trouble and revelry. As a wise man once said, a warrior's daily duty is to attend to the heart and the opening of it, not as a task to be completed, but as a duty to be repeated every day in the orange glow of a new sun. I would like to tell you my story, but it is not my story. It is ours. None of this happened, but if it did happen, it would be with you, and it would go like this. There's a match. And that is our preramble. That's things I would like to do with you. It's an eco book. There's no plastic coating on it, like 99% of books have that plastic coating, and it was printed in the US, helped pay some Christmas bonuses, and it has some little illustrations in it that are either very cute and charming or not that great, depending on your judgment. Thank you, folks. There is a special up until Valentine's Day. The books are 2 for nearly the price of 1, and all books are signed free. You can also just buy 1 book, of course, and that's at elephantjournal.com/shop. And we call that shop not because we're encouraging you to shop, but because it is our shop. It's an independent shop, and it's all eco gifts. There's mugs, there's totes. It's all super, even our lapel pin is recycled and actual cloisonne, not plastic. So we really put a lot of care. We have a clean canteen mug in there now with a mindful manifesto. Big love. Thanks, everyone.